Hello, everybody who is listening or watching. This is FPS, a Father's PlayStation podcast. I'm your host, Sunny Sangera, and I'm joined reversal as always. Every time we do these videos, it's reversals on points. And where is he? Where is he? Mr. Alex Sylvester, how you doing, mate?
All good. I'm all good. Hyped up after watching that state of play. It's a bit late here than in the UK, but it was still fun nevertheless.
Yeah, definitely. So what we're going to do here is just react. Basically, the state of play has happened. We usually do live reactions, but we thought let's not do that this time. Let's just react to it, really, and take in what we're
Post
watching.
reaction.
Exactly. Yeah, really take in what we're watching and get a good feel for it, and then react to it and talk to it a bit after. So. If you want to talk about any big game as I go through the list, feel free to do so. But we'll start with the surprise. And obviously, if you listen to our show each and every week, you can on all podcast platforms. I talked about getting the PS5's version of Tetris Effect, and here we are. Luminous Puzzle Series is back with Luminous Arise, mate. I love the first message you sent me. Is this Tetris?
Yeah, well, I'm still confused. Like, is it Tetris? Like, what is it? It
It's a
looked like
different.
Tetris mixed with Puyo Puyo.
Yeah, it's a different. It's a left to right puzzle game, not a drop down puzzle game. So
Mhm.
basically, the puzzle can go left to right. It can go from the top down as well. So it's just like another dimension to Tetris on it.
Mhm.
Uh, really popular when it came out on PSP. It was massive. It was huge. Ubisoft
Oh, it's,
published it.
okay. It's a re-release, is it?
Yeah. So it
Nice.
is a big,
Looks good, man.
fun series. Yeah, definitely. You can just see the Tetris effect all about it. It really resembled Enhance's previous project and projects, the psychedelic backgrounds and everything, which were
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
funny. But more importantly, mate, PSVR 2
Huh? PSVR 2? Oh, yeah. That
has
looked
the
pretty good.
PSVR 2 support, which is amazing. So
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
about
Imagine
that.
tripping off that. Yeah, man. That definitely looks like it's visual drugs, man. It looks good. Looks really good. It's so satisfying.
Definitely, I'm hyped for that one. But I tell you what, I wasn't hyped for because I was not expecting it. What does come after dreaming? Because I felt like I was in a dream, dude. Pragmata is
No,
back. That was
it's
at the
back finally.
PlayStation 5 unveiling. When the
Yeah.
unveil show when they showed off PS5 for the first time, Pragmata was there, and I love their little nod at the end. 2022 was crossed out, and it said 2026 for real.
Yeah, whoops. Yeah, yeah, very ambitious. It looks good. What can I say about this? Obviously, we've seen bits and pieces of it forever. We don't really know what it was about still, but at least we've got an idea of the gameplay. It's a what do you call it? Like a third-person shooter, where you'll follow, I guess, the protagonist with Diana, like an AI child. Kind of reminds me of that kid from Embodied from Resident Evil. You know what I mean? That
I thought when
hologram
you
looks
said,
cool.
I thought you were gonna say when it reminds me of that kid, you're gonna say Megan. I was like, please don't,
Yeah, yeah, like yeah, Megan. Jeez.
because she turns into like Megan murdering crazy.
Could you
But
imagine? The twist at the end, but it looks good. It looks good. It kind of I got some Death Stranding vibes from it, like Death Stranding meets Returnal. You know
mm,
what I mean? But it looks visually good. I can't wait to play it, but
dude,
you know what I mean, to find out what the hell's going on with this game. But yeah. What about you? What do you
yeah, definitely, it's another look after a child game, but not from Sony
I
this
wonder if
time.
Pedro Pascal's gonna be in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, not from Sony this time. Capcom, third-person action game. You just can't go wrong with that genre and that developer and publisher. So we're in a good place with Pragmata. Again, only still little bits known about it. We'll get a lot more as time moves forward on that one. And then in terms of the state of play, one of my favorite trailers from the show, Romeo is a Dead Man. This just
Yeah,
came out of nowhere.
left
Third
field.
person action, ultra violent science fiction is what they're calling
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, even from the very first little animation, kind of got like Rick and Morty vibes slash Scanner
Yeah, because at
Darkly.
the
That was it.
beginning,
Scanner Darkly. You
yeah,
know,
at
with
the beginning, I was like, what the
Robert
hell
Downey
is
Jr.
this?
Yeah, it looked really nuts mixing like anime with like classic animation, like 3D old school animation, and yeah, the visuals just look like it's a massive acid trip, but it looks amazing. And
Mm.
that's just the intro. That's before we've even got into the gameplay.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Over the top gameplay, Grasshopper Manufacture. I just love the way they did the trailer with the wordings and everything like that, the music.
Yeah,
I was like, that's how you do a trailer, man. It would look
yeah,
really,
yeah,
really good.
definitely. You get like yeah, if you ever want to see Daft Punk in a bloody bloodfest of an action game, this will be it.
Mm.
But yeah, the particle effects are just on full tilt on this
Dude,
game.
it's
It looks
beautiful.
absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
Looks
definitely.
good.
We've been speaking about, or you've been speaking about over the last 2 weeks. One of the games going to start pushing the PS5. I think a lot
Yes.
of these games
When?
a lot of these games we saw today look so like visually stunning, and
Yeah,
I was just like, yeah, if a game like Romeo um, is a dead man. I was going to say
yeah.
dead guy then. Is wants to look like that and push that action speed of 60 frames per second. Yeah, you're going to have to push the hardware quite hard on that one.
Yeah, it looks like a game that and like I kind of got the same feel as like Stellar Blade. Like
Mm.
it's just a great looking action game. And then yeah, if Sony wanted to and it was a quiet period, they could just double down on this and this could actually be their game for the quarter. But it looks good. It looks
Mm.
good. So I'm looking forward to playing this game.
Well, a lot of people will not agree with me, but after playing Silent Hill 2 Remake, a game I am very looking forward to playing is Silent Hill F, which came out again out of nowhere. It was at the last one with a small trailer with in-game assets, but now we got gameplay for Silent
Mhm.
Hill F, and we saw Hinako running around trying to defend herself from the monsters and the marionette like mannequins. Like, whoa. And we got a release date, mate. September 25th. It's out this year.
It's
Shit.
coming. Finally. Yeah, really good game. Well, it looked really good. I kind of got the vibes of it. It just felt like Silent Hill meets Lies of P. You know what I
Mm.
mean? It just had that type of that
That
mesh
was
to
the
it.
mannequins. That was the
Yeah, that
mannequins that
crazy,
you
just the
saw.
way that erratic movement and stuff like that. But yeah, it looks freaky. It looks like if this is
Not
exactly
the
what I'd
F word
imagine
I
if
was
Silent Hill was
thinking. Not
set
the
in
F word
Japan.
I was thinking of in that sentence when you
Huh?
said it looks. I'll just say it looks fucked up.
Yeah, that's what that F is for. But yeah, man, bring it on. I know you'll be playing it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because Silent Hill 2 remake was so good, and obviously this is the first take of Silent Hill coming out of that fictional town of Silent Hill and going into the Japanese horror. So I was just like,
Yeah.
and you can see there's a sense of bullying and just real twisted emotion in this game. Like when she says, I can't remember what she called her, like a Judas or something at the
Or
beginning.
something, yeah.
So I was like really hyped for this. But yeah, September 25th.
But I did get some PT vibes on this, so I'm thinking, yeah, I think they're managing to capture that essence some way, So yeah, man, bring it on.
And obviously, if you're into your 2D, this game looked visually stunning, man. Especially if you look closely at the character. Bloodstained, the Scarlet Engagement came up next. It's a Metroidvania style gameplay, everything like that. Characters, costumes, everything. It just looked really, really like the fidelity of the visuals on it. I was just like,
Yeah,
okay, this looks cool. And like many other games in this, 2026, obviously, I think it was a split between 2025 and 2026 in terms of dates during this state of play. But 2D games, 2.5D games, do they do anything for you? This look cool, kind of cool, man. It looks hard.
yeah, it just seems like the run of the mill. It looks good. I'm glad that they're actually scratching that itch, you know what I mean, for that side of the market. 2026, like you said, it looks interesting.
Mm.
It looks like it's going to be an epic 2D, 2.5D experience. So yeah, let's see where this goes.
Your favorite Digimon story, Time Stranger, came up then.
Oh yeah, how did you know?
Had a boss battle against a parrot man though.
Oh no, this is some deranged parts, but like I'll tell you what, and this looked like one of the most epic Digimon games ever, man. I was like, what is this? Is this a film or something? You know what I mean? They're really going in.
Mm.
But yeah, I guess in a world where we've got like, was that Pocket? What was that other game?
Power World.
But yeah, Power World. Yeah, Power World. Obviously, Pokemon's doing what they're doing. Digimon might as well step up to the plate as well and show us that they're still a worthwhile franchise to invest in. But it looks like they've invested heavily into the storyline because I didn't really see much battling with the actual
Mm.
characters. But this could have easily just been another Japanese anime story,
Yeah,
with some
definitely.
demons, but and the different types of anime styles within it as well. So it looks interesting. I think the story's going to be more interesting than the actual Digimon. It just felt like they've just tagged Digimon into it, just to support the
Well,
game.
we'll
But
find out October 3rd if they've got a good battle system or anything like that. So we
yeah,
shall see on that front. Big announcement, Final Fantasy Tactics, the Evelise Chronicles. The rumors from the leak of many years ago is there Final Fantasy Tactics is coming, the 1997 PS1 game, September 30th, and you get both. So you get the enhanced version and you get the original PS1 version as well.
Yeah.
This is going to make a lot of people happy, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems like it. A lot of people have been waiting for it, like you said, released on both PS4 and PS5. So it's, yeah, definitely gonna keep a lot of people happy.
Even though we didn't see
I'm not really a
PS4,
fan of the franchise, but yeah, I'm sure this will
yeah, even though we didn't see the
keep
PS4
them.
logo that much when we first saw it, I just kept looking in that corner after
Yeah,
every game. Then I was like, wait, luckily it was like two or three times and that was it. I was like, phew,
yeah. I
nothing in
was
the
thinking
big.
even that Silent Hill could have actually released on the PS4. It didn't look too demanding, you know what I mean? I want to see something that's going to push the PS5, make it sweat. But yeah, let's see what they do. You know,
Oh,
anything can happen between now and then.
speaking of push, Baby Steps came up next. This is a popular game on
Steps.
PC and it's coming to PlayStation and via Devolver Digital, obviously,
Yeah.
September 8th. I haven't really got much to say about it. Funny trailer.
Funny trailer, funny game. I mean, this is what you want to see, though, and it like just indie games just having some time to shine, especially those which are very innovative, like this Baby Steps, where you control literally the protagonist by just controlling his feet alone. I don't know how the control system's going to work with this, and like in
Dude,
terms
this
of as
game.
I'm going for a walking sim at the moment with Death Stranding, I'm going to be it's going to be interesting to see how this compares. You know what I
I don't know. It could be called Baby Steps or Phil Spencer, Head of Strategic Simulator. You know what I mean? Because
mean?
everything was going wrong for the character, just like it does for Phil. Doesn't know where he's going, banging into things, dropping the balls. Sounds
Yeah.
familiar, right?
Yeah, it's coming on the
Okay.
8th though, September the 8th. So yeah, won't have too long before we can play that game.
Interesting concept on the next one. Hirogami, a 3D action platformer inspired by ancient Japanese art of paper folding or origami. Set to launch September 3rd. Really cool platformer. You can take different forms of animals to compete and get through the levels and stuff like that. Really colorful, beautiful looking game.
It does, yeah. It's got that kind of a calmy vibe, you know what I mean? Just they've gone for a completely unique style. You don't really see that many games using the origami theme. I mean, I know Mario did that in a game a few years back, but it's a really interesting art style, and they've obviously used it very creatively. So I'm actually looking forward to playing this one, to seeing
Mm.
exactly how innovative they can actually be. But yeah, more games like this, please.
The Japanese development theme carried on through the show with one of my oldies, Everybody's Golf Hot Shots. Ho, ho, ho. They've just combined the names from the back in the day European and Japanese names of
So,
the games. September 5th coming out this year, really, really popular game. Wouldn't be surprised if you probably will see this on Nintendo Switch 2 as well. That's one of those games that can kind of go onto that platform along with Lego Horizon. Uh, just a game. It's just a fun golf game. You know, a lot of fun for people to play and things like that. And if you
mm.
pre-order it, mate, you get Pac-Man.
Woo! Yeah, Pac-Man's not the same after I saw the secret level episode.
Oh,
It's
mate.
a completely different character now.
Now, if you don't want me to buy a game, all you have to do is just remind me about how hard games like Aladdin and The Lion King used to be on the Mega Drive. Because
There was no
Ninja
level two, mate.
because Ninja Gaiden Ragebound reminded me of those games and those difficulties. Mate, this Metroidvania style game, Ninja Gaiden, it looked brick solid in terms of game. I was watching it and I was like, I could do this and finish this game, but I would be so stressed out by the time I finished it. I'd be like, fucking, I would have probably broke my portal, broke my controllers in the way. There was just so much happening on screen and things like that. What was your thoughts
Yeah,
on Ninja Gaiden? It did look beautiful though, old school throwback.
yeah, it definitely did. Leaping off the walls and bounds. It's all about timing and coordination. It looks good. You know what I mean? It kind of brings me back to that, the old school, 2D games where you didn't really have any save points. You know what I mean? You either did it well the first time or you started right back from the very beginning. And I kind of like that because we kind of missed that.
Streets of Rage.
Streets of Rage indeed. But yeah, I'm glad that they're actually experimenting with the franchise. Not just keeping it as like a 3D platformer. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Well, you got Ninja Gaiden 4 coming out as well at the end of
Oh
the
yeah,
year,
we've
so it's
got
all
that.
good. So,
Yeah.
you talked about timing and precision and things like that. I'm excited for this next one. So, Cairn, which is the mountain climbing adventure, it's on my wish list. I've been looking at it and I'm like, this is different. I want to play this. And then I find out there's a demo available today. Thank you very much. I shall be playing it. Does it stay on my wish list? Does it not? We'll have to see. But this is just completely different, like think Death Stranding, but just mountains. That's it. And you just
Yeah,
go on vertical. And I was like, all right, this is going to be really interesting. It's going to
yeah,
have obviously have an amazing looking within yourself sort of story, finding yourself human story or anything. But I just like the idea of the gameplay is the fact that it's just you've got to watch for your balance and your stamina. And you got to look after yourself as you're climbing. And I just feel like this is just going to be one of those real different games. That's what's really got my interest peaked in it. So I love the fact that the game makers have released a demo because I will be
yeah.
playing it and giving it some time.
Yeah, these indie developers, man, are really actually. I'm glad they're actually choosing the most innovative games to showcase, at the state of play. That being one of them. I mean, I put that alongside Baby Steps, especially the way her leg was like wobbly trying to find grip on one of the
Mm.
platforms. Yeah, I like the innovation of it. Not really a game that I'd really look forward to playing, but I like the
Oh,
idea.
dude, I tell you what, this game I don't think you is set for a portal screen because it's climbing a mountain. You'd be like, "Where's this stuff? This fucking portal screen? You need a TV to see what's happening." Um, Al, the collection of collections. I think there's only one other collection from this genre that we would care more about. This is the fucking collection, the Mortal Kombat Legacy collection. I'm talking not just the numbered games, but we're getting the arcade ports, the console ports, the handheld ports. You saw the Game Boy flash up there as well in the black
Yeah,
and white. I was just like, Digital Eclipse, you know
yeah.
what you are doing. You did it with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Give me Mortal Kombat, man.
And is there like a documentary as well attached to this? Is that going to be featuring on there? Because obviously they were showing obviously a lot of behind the scenes
I'm not
clips. Is
sure
this going to be part of the package in some way?
yeah, I think unless NetherRealm are putting it in. Digital Eclipse sometimes have done documentaries around
Mm.
their collections or within it, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and that didn't have one. So
Mm.
obviously we'll see what happens. It'd be kind of
Yeah,
cool if
it's
there was
Mortal
just a
Kombat. It's
separate
the
feature in
classic. We
it.
talk about it every week. Do you know what I mean? And the fact that it's evolved from what it used to be in the 2D sprites, one of the most boundary pushing games that we've ever seen, especially in the fighting realm. I mean, they pretty much introduced blood, you know what I mean, and gore, violence, fatalities into the world of fighting, into the world of games, to a certain extent. And it was met with its controversy at the beginning, and they've just pretty much just been pushing the limit all the way to now, where we've got those 3D X-ray break moves, you know what I mean, in Mortal Kombat 11 and well 10, 11 and 1, it's very confusing. But it's good to see that they're actually bringing out the Legacy collection. So for one, would actually get it just for
Mortal
keepsake.
Kombat Trilogy, mate. That's it. I will just get it for Mortal Kombat. That's all I want to see on the list. If you have
Why
Mortal
was
Kombat
Mortal Kombat 2
Trilogy
not
on
there?
there, I will
Mortal
get the
Kombat 2.
game. Dude, I was the king with Cabal
Oh,
in
come
that
on. Yeah,
game.
yeah.
I would
Yeah.
get you up close. That's
He
it.
was
Over.
fast.
Yeah,
He
man.
was very fast.
It looked amazing. I'm really excited for it. Again, it's just kind of like when I was playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's just kind of like a throwback, you know.
Yeah.
And do we need another Mortal Kombat game constantly in the charts, Alex? It looks like we're gonna get one.
We might do
Because it's coming
briefly.
out this year. So when I say to you, Al, we have four Mortal Kombat games in the we have four. That's 10% of the top 40 is Mortal Kombat games.
It could happen.
And
Yeah,
Sony
PS4 and
doing what
one.
Sony do, absolutely nail the placement. After you announce the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, you announce your own Project Defiant fight stick. Look sleek, mate.
Yeah, does look really good. Arcade pad for an arcade game. So naturally you'd go get it, right? So yeah, it looks good. I've never really been into these types of pads though. You know what I mean?
You
But
know what it's for though, because they obviously a few years ago we spoke about it during lockdown. They bought the Evo show, Sony really
mm,
pushing fighting games and the PlayStation versions of them. And this is obviously just their way of saying, yeah, guys, we know the Hori fight sticks are out. This is a wireless fight stick. Why don't you use ours? It's going to be sleek. It's going to be
yeah.
beautiful. And thousands of people around the world who use fight sticks for fighting games will buy it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if it has any like other features like feedback. I mean, it looks gorgeous.
I was about to
Yeah,
say it's got to have like the feedback in there. But mate, it doesn't
awesome.
matter.
Yeah.
Hori fight stick, PlayStation Project Defiance fight stick, DualSense, you still lose. You will still lose. So,
Fables, you talk. But yeah,
mm.
man.
Our baby came up next, mate. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake. I don't need to see anymore. I've played the game, finished the game. We've smashed it so many times. This game just looks more beautiful every time I see it. I'm happy. August 28th. Hurry the hell up. But dude, interesting. snake versus monkey minigame. And no,
I was thinking, what the hell is that,
but
man? When
then
I
it
saw
said
it.
and more, and then it showed the tease of a return of Metal Gear Solid Online, maybe.
Oh,
At the end where he's hiding, he picks up the frog and then hides, and another player runs past him.
was that online? I thought
That's
they were
Metal
just
Gear.
showing how good
Ah,
the
I think that was a
ammo
tease
was.
for Metal Gear Online, mate.
Oh, all right, okay, yeah, I did not see that, but maybe. But the what I didn't realize is that the camo looks fucking sick. I mean, when
Hmm.
he just disguised into that group of rocks, I thought that looked awesome. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So if that's going to be incorporated into the game, yeah, no one's going to find me for shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially
But
when
yeah,
you're
it looks
playing on a
gorgeous.
legend difficulty setting, right?
Oh, it has to. You know, you got to keep it true to form. And if I manage to cut the game on a 3DS, yeah, I've got to do the same thing on
When I
a
say legend,
portal.
I meant extreme, sorry. It was extreme. That was what it was called, right? The
Yeah,
difficulty
whatever.
setting.
Yeah, I think it's the yeah.
My mind has shut out how hard it was when I played it on PS2, so it's like I can't remember the name of the difficulty setting. But on the last episode of FPS or PlayStation podcast, we spoke about in our sales numbers section, which we do each and every week. We spoke about Nioh reaching 8 million as a franchise. Boom! What an announcement, mate! Nioh 3 is announced. Koei Tecmo has surprised everyone. It didn't leak. Nobody heard about it. And bam, the next installment is coming out. And not only that, there's a demo coming out today so they can get feedback from players. Your thoughts?
It looks sick. Like I've
Mm.
never really been into Neo games, but this looks freaking
Dude, it's
awesome.
hard. It's hard. And I love that they're taking a bit from Ghost of Tsushima. It's not just samurai. You
Yeah.
can now be a ninja. I was like, oh yeah, I wonder where you
It
got that
seems to be
from.
the theme right now, and everyone is. But it even got like Ninja Gaiden vibes as well. So it was yeah, it's they're just taking all the best bits of all the major franchises and just throwing them in, with a kick-ass aesthetic, and the story just looks interesting as well. So I'm definitely checking out this demo.
Oh yeah, 100%. Excuse me, y'all. Ooh. As Alex said at the top of the show, it is late in England. But yeah, I'll definitely be playing the demo. I was really surprised by it. Again, the fidelity was amazing. It looked really, really good, hyped. And if it's as hard as the other Neo games, I won't be playing it. One game I will be playing because I've played all most of the other ones before. Thief VR: Legacy of Shadow. As soon as it came up and she started talking, by the second sentence, I knew straight away. I was like, "This is Thief. This is Thief." Classic stealth game in VR. And dude, if you look carefully, just the way the hand placement and everything is, you can just see it's all proper. And I'm like, yes,
Mm.
this is going to be a good game, man. Definitely going to be picking this up. All about hiding in shadows, pickpocketing, just being ultra silent, and using the crossbow and trying to make as obviously as less noise as possible. So I like it because it's just different gameplay, different mechanics.
Mm.
I've said I'm tired now, so I'm going to yawn through the rest of the video, mate.
Well,
But what?
I'll just say that, I couldn't help but think that this is how they should have done Indiana Jones. Like they should have just made it a VR game. Yeah, because I'm looking at
Could
this,
have.
the way they're actually picking up the gems and stuff. I thought they missed a ticket on that. But then again, that could be an update coming up.
Next up came one of the most visually stunning games of the show, and one of the games that I am absolutely of no interest in, and that's Tides of Tomorrow, which is a multiplayer game where each player's experience will impact other players running through the world. Sounds very Death Stranding to me. Uh, from the creators of Road 96, it's set to launch next year in 2026. Dude, this game was just so vibrant and colorful. I was just like, wow, this is really, really cool. And then it said multiplayer story. I was like, never mind.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, I
Mm.
agree with you there. It looks amazing. It'd be interesting to see what engine they're actually using. Am I interested in playing it? Really, not really. But at least we know that there's going to be something coming out on February the 24th, 2026.
Mm.
Yes.
You can't get away from it, mate. 5 new speed challenge levels are coming to Astrobot in July. Absolutely free again. Twin Frog Trouble, Suck It Up, Handhold Havoc, High Inflation, and a fifth mystery level. And there's some special bots that will be coming up with the update. They haven't told us which one it is, except one, and that's from Ghost of Yotei. Astro just continuing its flow, right? That's it. More speedrun levels. That's what people want to do. Pick it up, play it, put it down, done. See you
Yeah.
later.
And
Um,
also, we're going to be getting some new levels. Isn't that one of the prediction? Boop,
Still waiting,
boop,
mate.
boop.
The speed levels, mate. And you said it. Speed run
No,
levels
man,
don't
no,
count.
no, no. I'm sure they're
They
gonna be
don't
some
count.
levels on there, man.
We're still
Just wait.
waiting.
You
We'll
wait,
see.
mate.
Sea of Remnants was next, mate. This had very arcane looking vibes and aesthetics from the Netflix show. But
Mm,
obviously, this is from NetEase and Joker Studio, and they described the game as an infinite voyage looping between death and rebirth, a journey where we roll forward tirelessly only to return where it all began. Sounds very Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End there.
yeah, it did. When everyone's like made of dolls or whatever. Interesting aesthetics. It's like no two games looked alike. You know,
Mm.
it's like yeah, they've all got like a distinct signature and sound. I mean, this one looks like they're like wood puppets, kind of like the Day of the Dead, like that Cinco de Mayo type feel to it. But yeah, interesting. Will I get it? No, but I'm curious to see other people's
As soon as you
thoughts
said
and
Cinco
experience
de
of it.
Mayo, I just thought Coco, Disney's Coco. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I thought,
yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That word.
But this is what state of plays are all about. It's Sony said it's about putting shedding light on games that you wouldn't hear about otherwise. You know, I know a lot of
Yeah,
people would have been like, again, on the lead up, state of play was only announced yesterday, and everybody went into hyperdrive talking about new God of War games, Saros
yeah, instantly, isn't
gameplay,
it? Yeah.
intergalactic gameplay. I'm like, what the fuck are you all talking about? Get your state of play in check. You know,
Mm.
you need to Sony put their biggest guns at the end of Summer Game Fest or the Game
Yeah, yeah,
Awards
yeah.
or a showcase, then Sword of the Sea came up next. Obviously, Abzu, the Pathless developer, Giant Squid Studios. It combines skateboard style movement with a story about restoring a lost ocean in a dying world. Looked kind of cool. I think the gameplay looked really unique. If it doesn't drag on, if it's like their other games and it's like a 4 or 5 hour experience, I will actually
Mm.
play it, you know. But if they turn
Yeah.
around and say it's like a 10, 15 hour, I'm like, yeah, fuck no, I'm not interested.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it looks yeah gorgeous. I mean, obviously like Journey. It just looks like it's gonna be one of those nice and easy games. You know what I mean? Just visually pleasing, it's not really too stressful. Stuff that you play at the very end of the day, before knocking out. But yeah, looks gorgeous, looks really good. Um, and I like the hoverboard aesthetic. Did we see this before?
No.
We didn't see. Okay,
It's
cool.
it, but they made something called the Pathless, which launched with PlayStation 5, which was very similar to this game.
Right. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
The biggest surprise, because IO Interactive announced that they were doing their first ever showcase this week. 007 First Light comes out from under the showers, and it looks, to me, fucking unbelievable, mate. I was just surprised it was there because I thought, okay, IO are doing their own showcase. They'll show it off there for the first time. But obviously, it's shown at the state of play with more extensive gameplay. It just looked like Bourne meets their previous game, which is Hitman. You know, they make the Hitman game, so you know the gadgets and everything are going to work amazing because obviously Agent 47 has something similar in his gameplay style. But this just looked really cool, man. I was just like, yes. This is what I'm talking about, and it fits for me because I watched Mission Impossible in the cinema this week, so I'm in that spy zone at the moment.
Haven't seen it yet. No spoilers. No spoilers. But yeah, it's interesting because like the Bond franchise has kind of been with a massive question mark in it for the past few years after Daniel Craig's departure.
Mm.
In Does it die another day? No, it was No Time to Die. When he met his unfortunate death. But it's been interesting to see exactly how they're going to, approach the franchise again. And this is a great entry. I mean, literally at the beginning, you know what I
Mm.
mean? At the inception of him joining the MI5 or slash MI6 and becoming a 007. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how the story and the narrative is going to mix into, a movie because obviously we know that MGM and Amazon now own the rights to the Bond franchise, and they're still searching, as far as we've heard, for their Bond. So maybe this will be an indication as to who it might be or the direction
Well, dude,
it might go. So, but overall, it looks good, and obviously you got Team IO on it. So,
yeah, dude, I'm super hyped, man. I can't wait to see the gameplay. I'll be watching the IO Interactive show just to see the
mm,
gameplay of it. Because if it, even if they, because I was thinking about this earlier this week, I just thought, you know what? If it was just Hitman reskinned, it would be an amazing game. And then I saw this and I was like, oh no, they're going really cinematic on this. So you've got
Mm,
that part nailed down. You've got the story nailed down. You've got the action set pieces nailed down. Now just show me the depth of the gameplay for James Bond. So
yeah.
can't wait. It looked cool, man. I was really, really happy with that. Ghost of Yotei, tiny, tiny snippet, but it's been confirmed that it's getting its own standalone state of play next month, which means we get the deep dive gameplay to see the mechanics and combat. We spoke about this, saying that this was coming. It has now been confirmed. Again, the FPS show, that's where you hear it first. I don't know if I should. I think I'm gonna watch it because I kind of can gauge what the story is. But if they keep talking, if it's like Tsushima's, I'll be happy because it just when the state of play started, Jin's sitting down and then he
Mm.
moves and gets up, and then they don't show story stuff. They just show all the gameplay. It's like that's all I need to see. I don't need to see any more story now. I actually just want to see what it looks like because they kept teasing it because the camera kept going behind the character
Yeah.
where the fire was. I was like, don't tell me they're gonna move the character in its gameplay. And I was like, nah, nah, nah.
That's what I thought. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
thought they were gonna do it as well. But
But
no,
dude,
that
how
makes sense.
the textures on the wolf and everything, I was just like, oh yeah, this game's gonna be beautiful.
It is, and it looks like we might even have a companion to the dynamic. But it'll be interesting to see if that actually plays out. Have a wolf by your side. Can you imagine
Oh,
that? Like,
please
yeah,
let me just play as the wolf at some point in the game. Let me just run
it's
around
just
as the
tearing
wolf.
enemies
Yeah.
apart, just like ripping off heads, like rah. Oh yeah, I mean
Dude, if you
they've got
can
to
do that
evolve it.
into the combat mechanics, that is insane.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it looks good. I mean, even when we were watching, well, a lot of people saw The Witcher 4 yesterday, and it did look great and Unreal. Of all the times I was thinking, well, Ghost of Yotei is so close to that, like already. And I don't even know if they're not using Unreal, are they?
Mm-mm.
But it's like the world. What engine are they using?
It's a
What engine inside
proprietary
PlayStation
engine.
is it?
Mm.
Well, that looks good. You know what I mean? Obviously, it hasn't got as much fidelity as Unreal, but it looks good. It looks good either, both of them anyway. But
But at the
yeah,
same
can't wait
time,
to see this thing.
it doesn't have the ray tracing to frame rate issue either, which is the main thing for this sort of game. I need frame rates over visuals because this is a
Yeah,
game where
yeah,
you cannot mess up my reversal timing.
yeah. It's
It's gotta
true.
be perfect.
It's gonna be on point, and we don't actually have like a release date or all, so I guess
Oh,
we'll get that in
Yotei, yeah,
July.
yeah. Yotei's October. It's already been
It is
announced for
October.
October. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Okay. Cool.
So July is its state of play where we'll see the first proper gameplay, and then they'll probably go radio silent to finish the game after that, and then you'll see all the bundles and everything and the marketing
Mm,
pushes and stuff, and maybe a Kojima-esque massive spoiler launch trailer where you just don't watch it. So I
yeah.
think this state of play will be the last thing I see. I'll even focus on for your Ghost of Yotei, and then I'm just going complete radio silence for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then the show came to its final game, Alex, and a lot of people are shocked because Capcom are not at the helm. It's Arc System Works. We're talking Marvel Toku Fighting Souls, a 4-on-4 tag fighting game featuring heroes and villains from the Marvel Pantheon. So the trailer we saw Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Doom, Storm, Miss Marvel, Star-Lord, and Ghost Rider. It looks sick. I
Doesn't
love
it?
the Japanese look of it and like Iron Man with his fucking anime mecha. I was like, oh, okay, okay, Sony, we see
Yeah.
what you're doing there. And in a week where Microsoft have basically said that they're not, it's a digital only show because they can start talking about PlayStation and putting the PS5 logo on games.
Mm,
Sony were like, let's end with a show that we've took another fighting game exclusive,
yeah.
and this time it's Marvel as well. But as soon as I saw Storm in it, because remember the Insomniac leak, it stated that no X-Men character can feature in any other game while this deal is going on. It has to be Sony only. So as soon as I saw Storm, I was like, this is PlayStation
Sorted.
exclusive. But then it had the PlayStation Studios thing at the beginning, didn't it? And it was all colored
Hmm.
in like with the pencil. That looked really cool. That graphic did.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, your thoughts on this game because it just screamed Street Fighter to me, but better, like faster. I mean,
Yeah. Street Fighter, but also that Capcom versus Marvel feel. But yeah, I'm loving the animations, loving the art style. I'm getting that Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, that
mm,
type of file. When they go to like, is it Mumbai? That section of it, and it's all got that kind of anime to it. It feels like that throughout. But yeah, I'm loving it, and and even with that, and what's it called? Is it What If? It's
Yeah.
like Disney and Marvel, they're really experimenting with different art styles, and it's really just showing all the characters in a different light because they don't all have to be, Hollywoodified. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Just brought into reality. You know what I mean? We do want to see something a bit more imaginative, like the way they've actually upgraded Iron Man as well, giving him like kind of like a mech suit that looks awesome. Captain America as well being beefed up, as well as like you said, Storm, and even Ghost Rider. I mean, we've never seen Ghost Rider in a fight before, well, to my knowledge, anyway. And I think they've got a right team. They seem like they were a young team. They've got a lot of ideas that they were trying to
But
get
dude,
through.
they
And it's
said
working.
something in that little documentary the Marvel guy did, which was similar to Insomniac, is where Sony turned around to the developer and said, "What's your take on Spider-Man?" And he said it in this. They asked us, "What's your take on a Marvel fighting game?" And the Marvel guy said, "When we saw it, we were like, holy shit, we're taking notice of this game because it's something different. It just doesn't have you've got Marvel versus Capcom games all over the place. You know,
Yeah,
you don't need to make another one. Make something different. And this looks so cool, man. Like the aesthetic of it, the visuals, everything. It just looked really, really cool. And they talked about the fact that now they can talk about future characters and non-fighting characters, which means obviously worlds and maps and stuff. But did you see they were knocking each other into other areas of them? Like it was just so cool the way they were
yeah.
transitioning. I was like, this is cool. This is cool,
Transitions
man.
look sick. The animation, the art style, it just looks really good. And I like the name as well, Token, very similar to Tekken. But it deserves a spotlight. And I'm glad that they ended it with something like this. Not what I expected. But yeah, it's gonna be on PS5 and PC. Who knows? We'll be seeing it on other platforms as well. Even though it
Yeah.
had the PlayStation logo on it. I hope it's on the Switch.
Not Xbox. I think if it was going to come to something, it'd be Nintendo Switch. I think Sony
Yeah.
are just adamant to, like I said, the knees on the neck, and they're not moving
Yeah, it
at
looks really
all.
good. Yeah.
Uh, but
So
yeah, that was the state of play, mate. So, what game stood out to you most from the
Token.
show?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
token.
No,
It was a shock. I didn't expect to see that. Everything else was pretty much nice to see. You know what I mean? I think Romeo's Dead Man was also a nice breath of fresh air, I guess. Like I said, it got that Stellar Blade type of vibes. Still looking forward to playing that. All the
yeah,
rest
like
seemed
very
pretty
Devil
decent.
May Cry that was, wasn't it?
It
Yeah.
was, yeah, 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 definitely. But yeah, for a state of play, I
Nice
was happy.
surprises, man. Nice
Yeah, it was
surprises
a
there.
nice way to start the Games Fest and Summer Games Fest. So
hmm
yeah, well done.
I think Sony have something big to show, but they show it at the Summer Games Fest. They won't show it in the State of Play. They always give something to Jeff. You know, there's always something Sony. I mean, they had Naughty Dog talking about the Last of Us Online, and they're showing the HBO trailer for the first time and everything at Summer Games Fest. So I think we will see something. Could be Saros gameplay at Summer Games Fest, or it could be a new announcement on a game. You know, there's all these rumors. The rumors that everybody was talking about this week for State of Play, like the God of War 2.5D Metroidvania game, could be at Summer
That
Games
sounds
Fest.
interesting.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think for me, tough man. There's three games that I liked at the show, but I'm gonna go with Silent Hill F just because of the it's fucked up. Do you know what I mean? I love it. I was surprised at James Bond, but obviously they didn't show all of the gameplay. That will be at the IO show. Obviously, Metal Gear's Metal Gear, mate. But yeah, I'm gonna go with what did I just say? I can't even remember what I just said.
Yeah, you said all right. And so, token for me then. If you're saying
Oh,
three
Silent
games,
Hill F. Yeah.
yeah, I would say yeah, token, Romeo, and probably Neo. Yeah,
Hmm.
three games that shocked me. All the rest look great, but those are the ones that stood out for me.
I think the biggest announcement, obviously, was Neo 3 and James Bond and the Marvel game at the end. But I think for my personal preference, Silent Hill F, Mortal Kombat Collection,
Yeah,
and James Bond, obviously. Look really cool. I'm really hyped for that. So overall, out of 10, mate, state of plays have been getting higher. They're usually sitting in the eights and nines that we've been giving them. I think mainly eights. What would you give this state of play?
initially, yeah, 7 to 8, 7 to 8. I think I kind of wanted to see a bit more of Yotei. They can't just tease Yotei and just show
No,
up
no, no.
in
That's
Japan,
a
you know.
dude. I knew that was gonna have its own show because
No, you
Tsushima
don't
was the
do that. You
first. Oh,
don't do
Tsushima
that.
was the first ever game to have its own state of play.
Yeah,
So I was like, yeah, they have to do that. The
deservedly so.
first ever game to have its own dedicated state of play was Ghost of Tsushima. So they
Mm,
have to do it for this game, and they are.
yeah, yeah.
What was the second game to do it? The Last of Us Part Two. So you knew it was going to happen. You knew it was going to get its own state of play, and you don't rush this game. So now
Hmm.
we'll come to July and we'll be sitting there and we're going to be waiting because me and you are going to be looking at two things. We're going to look at obviously visuals, but we're going to be looking at the combat. We're like, what's different with the combat? Is there anything different with the animations in the combat and things like that? So yeah, man, I'm hyped. I like that because it was like it's not getting lost in the shuffle behind the Marvel talk and the James Bond talk. It's going to have all of its dedicated time in July. So yeah, keep that there, mate. But yeah, I think I'd give it an 8. Had some really good surprises, some big games there, big guns. And yeah, you can just see now with every state and play, the games are just visually looking more stunning and stunning and stunning. And I'm like, okay, we are there now. We're on that second half run of PS5. These games are looking beautiful, and we're seeing a hell of a lot less of that PS4 logo, which is cool. I mean, it was like the Mortal Kombat collection was going to get a PS4 version,
It's still there.
obviously.
Yeah, yeah. And I
You
even think,
know,
like I said, Silent Hill could definitely be released on the
I think there
PS4.
was only two games of
Bloodstained as well. You
yeah,
know, that's still
Bloodstained
looking.
and Ninja Gaiden. There was the only three I think that had the PS4 logo on
Yeah,
it. I think everything else was just PS5 in terms of the
everybody's
PlayStation.
go could get on the Rage Bound. But I appreciate the fact that they're actually just trying to just cut it off and actually just welcome us into the PS5 generation
And
finally.
dude, we didn't mention it as well, man. I'm not going to go over the games, but a lot of PlayStation Plus games announced in terms of classics. We're getting Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, and more classics coming. We're
Yeah, yeah,
getting
yeah.
new games coming into the PlayStation Plus collection as well. So we're getting them straight away for free. So that's really, really cool. Yeah, great state of play. Um, so sitting around about the 8 mark, 7, 8 mark for both of us, which is great. 7, 8 for you, 8 for me.
Mm.
And yeah, obviously we'll be back. We will be doing this for the Summer Games Fest. We'll be reacting to the show, and then we'll be reacting to the other third-party show. It's called the Xbox Show Summer Showcase. Yeah, because we know everything is coming to PlayStation on that one, and I mean
Well done.
everything. But that's our reaction video. Again, if you don't listen to the podcast, click the link in the description. Each and every week, we bring you all the latest news in the world of PlayStation. We also bring you all the sales numbers across the industry, and we answer your questions. And we just laugh at Alex's belief that he's decent at
Uh,
fighting games when he isn't, you know?
you got jokes, you got jokes. But yeah, it's a really good show, so make sure you tune in. But yeah, dude.
Yeah, we'll
Good
see
stuff.
you later on this channel with our Summer Games Fest reaction. And keep an eye out, ladies and gentlemen, because we could be heading back to Greece. That's all I'm going to say about the Summer Games Fest. See you
You say
soon.
Greece.
Greece. Dun, 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 dun.
Nintendo Switch 2.